All right. This is the Gentleman's Club podcast, and we back with another episode. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe below. Do not forget, put your Cash App, Venmo, whatever form of payment you take. We do giveaways every single week, so make sure you tune in to a brand new episode. We got some special guests in here. Ooh, how y'all want to introduce yourself? However y'all want to do it. We got by the podcast, by the name, and so do y'all.
Hi, I'm Q.
And I'm Krista Faith.
And we are co-hosts on True Sessions.
Yes, True Sessions. We got the ladies in here. So what's y'all podcast about?
All things dating. It's really in the title. It's all things dating, relationships, and God being the center. So what it's like to navigate dating nowadays, but including God in the center of that conversation.
Yeah, because that's a whole world. I'm sorry.
I'm saying we just keep it real. That's why it's True Sessions.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a podcast.
Yeah,
the Sessions, my podcast.
It is. And that's a good thing about it too, because dating in Christianity and that world is a real thing, right?
Ooh, yes.
How is that for y'all?
No, we was talking about this morning, and it's not bad. I think it's also, if you know what you're looking for, then it won't be an issue, right? Mm-hmm. So I think if you just dating around, just going crazy and not knowing what you're looking for, you're gonna date all type of people, and you're gonna probably waste your time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, now we're dating intentional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, we talk to God about our dating life. That's really important. So talking to God about your dating life, and then let Him be the foundation of that, and so He will literally lead you to who you need to date. Don't date like red flags. He will go ahead and drop it for you. So
I believe that.
That works for me.
I believe that. It's like a frequency thing, right? Like, as long as you're doing the right things and you're in the right areas, frequency will follow, right? So how do y'all back it up? Where y'all from? Like, how did y'all meet?
Actually, we met at church, serving in the same
What's the name of your church?
Chase Church. Shout out to Chase Church.
Okay.
So we met serving in the Dream Team meeting for children's ministry. But I'm from New York, Brooklyn, New York.
I'm from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And so we kind of bonded over that. We actually were just friends, kind of being goofy the way we usually are. And then I ended up sharing a vision that God had given me about Commit, which is another ministry that we serve. So we serve a singles to marriage ministry called Commit ATL. And we host dating events and basically created an atmosphere for kingdom-minded individuals to meet and, hopefully lead to marriage.
Absolutely. And I seen y'all just had an event, a speed dating event.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was amazing. It sold out for one.
It sold out?
Our second event sold out.
That's crazy.
It was really good. We just posted our recap video, so make sure y'all check that out.
Yeah. Come in ATL.
So what is that experience like? So what do they come in? They just come in and y'all just pretty much set the scene for them to just start talking? Do y'all have like little dating stations? Like, how did y'all have it set up?
So basically, like, we like to set the vibe, right? You're not just coming in like, oh, let's start dating, right? No, so we, at least with our events, we want to kind of break the ice. So we'll always have an icebreaker for the group. And then after we did that, we set everybody down. We set the women down and had the men rotate the room. And then afterwards, people can like mix and mingle. Mm-hmm. We had like a vegan wine samples out there, had a little DJ.
So you had the men mingle the room.
Yes.
Okay. Did y'all have like topics for them, or was it awkward? Did y'all see any did y'all see anything happen that was like, I hate to be in that bubble?
No, we definitely anticipated that there might be some awkwardness when we first come out to dating.
Yeah. So
what we did is each station had questions that we set up, just conversation starters.
Yeah.
Enough to get to know the person that you're dating.
Yeah.
They were able to pick from it to get the conversation going, and then hopefully they took that on their own and were able to navigate from there. So.
Yeah. So y'all made it real comfortable for them. Like, okay, here's some questions just in case it get awkward. Did anybody walk in, right? Because you know how women are. Women gonna peek from the door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So did anybody walk in and you was like, I feel bad for this dude, man. How he get here?
No.
Come on, Doc.
No, I asked one guy.
That long, no.
I asked this guy. No, I said, how did you find out about this?
No,
I said it in a nice way. I was like, okay, what you looking for?
So did you see any girls like that? Like, what? Like, I would love to see what that's like. Like, just going in and seeing the people. Was it like exactly what y'all expected quality wise? Y'all didn't get a lot of like downers or?
Well, see, I think one thing that was we got a range of people. So
Yeah.
there were, and I'm gonna say a range because there's somebody for everybody.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to say there were any downers,
Right.
but it was a range enough for everyone to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anybody like who stood out and was like, "You have no business being here."
So like
and we also
Check
said
that.
that.
I'm just
But then but we do set that
That's how
environment
y'all be
ourselves.
doing. Y'all be slick talking that little
Slick
stuff. I'm
talking?
telling you, man.
Okay, but
Gotta
that's
watch
between
that.
us. Like
The eye contact y'all be doing. Y'all look at the Lord Jesus.
So I know it really wasn't no bad looking
Yeah.
females or males.
Right,
yeah,
Actually, we had more men than women,
which
Ooh.
is a lot.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
That was amazing. Like
Okay.
we literally, like, so we sold out, and it was a group of guys who walked past, and they was like, "Oh my gosh, can we come register?"
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, it was like 6 of them.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was like, wait, look at the women. Hey, jump in.
Right.
So
Okay,
yeah.
well that's dope. And y'all do those dating things all the time. It's not like one time. Y'all do more.
Yeah, we have different events.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like speed dating is dope,
Right.
especially in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? What made y'all come up with like the podcast? Where did that idea come from?
I think, we talk like every day.
Mhm.
So we would just have like certain conversations. We was like, girl, we need a podcast. We need a podcast. And then when we did our first event, a good friend of mine really prophesized that. Right, Chris said we was already
Right there
talking
in front
about
of
it. We were just joking,
Right.
like, yeah, we need to do it, we need to do it, we need to do
Yeah.
it. So when they said it, we was like, oh,
That's
let's just
confirmation.
It's
Yeah.
confirmation. Let's just go ahead and do it. And
Yeah.
we started it. So
Yeah.
here we are.
So how's it going for y'all? The podcast world. Have y'all really tapped in? Like, how's it going?
We still learning.
We're learning. We're like trucking. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, at first there's different aspects to it. So of course it's like
Yes, it
the
is.
technical side.
Yeah.
We gotta learn about editing. We gotta learn about recording. Even having like camera presence, because speaking one-on-one,
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks like it's easy. It looks like, they're just having a conversation, but there's an actual way that you can show up on camera that engages someone who's watching you
Absolutely.
versus just the people that's sitting on the couch beside you. So that's that. And then it also just created a community of people who attend commit. So it's like,
Yeah.
hey, this is what we're talking about. This is what we do. And now let's actually like get a mindset of a framework of why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
And so that's really what True Sessions was like birthed out of.
Yeah. And I think that's dope because, like I said, you in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a place where I'm looking online. Everybody say it's a bad place to date. How y'all feel about it? Is it a bad place to date?
Last week.
Be honest, though.
not last week, but on our first episode, we talking about there's it's pee in the dating pool.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Not real bad.
Yeah, because
Is it the dating pool in Atlanta though? Like, put me on, because y'all know I'm married. So,
Yeah, right.
so I'm a little bit upside down. So I
How'd
come.
you get there? That's
Well,
you should be telling us.
No, I wasn't in Atlanta when it happened,
Oh,
so I can tell you that. And it probably wouldn't have happened if I came to Atlanta too early. I think I came to Atlanta at the right time. So I can imagine like going to this big city. I just feel like y'all in the right space to do it though, because y'all got the speed dating, y'all got the podcast. How do y'all choose y'all's topics? Like the being that y'all, Christian, everything is under God. How do y'all choose y'all's topics going into the podcast?
Well, our theme is that it's raw and it's true. So there's no topic that's off limits. Right. I think a lot of people confuse is that, because it's Christian, there's some things we don't talk about and we don't beat around the bush. Like we're going to say, first of all, God is the author of sex. So if you think we ain't going to talk about it, think again, we're going to talk about it, but we set the standard of what we know the expectation is and then talk about our journeys when we don't always meet that expectation.
Right. Well, is there any ups and like downs that y'all going through right now? Like any, what is it like?
Do you want to share?
Go ahead, girl.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why it's rough. Because here's the thing. You're dating as a Christian woman. And then, so you have two pools of men that you can kind of deal with.
Right.
So that.
What's the two pools?
Non-believers and believers.
Okay.
A worldly man, godly man.
Godly man, right? And then it's the posers that's like, I'm a godly man, but you really have you say that you love God, but you don't.
How do you tell the difference? What's some indicators to be like, yo, this dude is of the world. Like he ain't
not of the world.
Of the world. We talk about the fruit, but she actually just went through this, and because I'm not even speak for you. Explain, because you answered this question.
Yeah.
We was talking about this earlier, so not for my business out there.
Put it out there.
Put it out there. That's what the people want to hear.
So I just met this guy, right? Nice little setting, nothing too crazy. And now when I meet guys, the first thing I ask is, do you love God? Do you love the Lord? They be like, yeah, of course. Like, why wouldn't I? Blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, okay, because you may get someone who says, that's really not my thing.
Yeah.
Then I know, okay, let me just get out of here. Like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
But someone saying, yeah, I love God. But now it's like, you got to go past that.
Yeah.
Right.
So now with this new person, he's like, yeah, I love God. But now his character does not show that you have a relationship with God. Like
and you can tell this through conversation.
You can tell. So now I got to cut him off.
So you gotta say which character traits, because some people don't know what character traits that's.
I was like, you're not loving, you're not kind, you're not patient. So I'm like, what do
you could tell all this through the first date, like through the first conversation. Or
okay, so we had our first date. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And then we started getting on the phone. This is what I learned. When I meet someone, whether before my date or after my date, I literally pray to God about this. Like, God, please reveal what you need about this man.
Yeah.
All these things. So literally, after our first date, I did that. And the guy now has been telling me every single red flag out his mouth. And I'm like, oh my God.
Careful what you ask for.
I got that. I'm like, I'm about to leave because...
Yeah.
Well, I want this one.
I don't want this one.
Yeah. What's some non-negotiables? Like, what's something that you would be like, oh no?
Neck braids.
What's the neck? What's those braids that stop at the neck?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Ooh, that's it?
No.
I'm about to say
that's a physical thing. I just don't like that. I don't.
Why neck braids? That's light. Neck braid you get rid of, right? You can fix that.
But sometimes men are stuck in their ways, and it's like you think you look good, and then if your pride is real high, you don't want to hear that I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
This is not the best look for you.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. You got to be in a certain position as a man to be like, she said my braids white? Damn, let me switch them up. Because if you hit me at the wrong time, I'd be like, bro, you tripping, you hate. Like, why you hating on my braids? You know what I'm saying? Any other non-negotiables y'all look at besides, like, is it like looks? Do they got to have, because some women look at shoes. They be like, oh, hell no, my shoes dirty. Oh, no, let me get to the next one.
Oh, I did tell a guy his shoes was dirty one time. I said, your shoes fine.
She was really big on that. Right now for me, and it's crazy, but I need somebody who's willing to be abstinent or is already practicing abstinence.
Okay.
Because I don't need the temptation. The Lord knows I need the temptation. So if I have that conversation with you and you let me know waiting is not part of your plan, I'm just not the person for you. And I'm okay with that now. Yeah. There was a time I was like, you know what? If you're willing to wait with me, but it's like, if you're waiting with me, then you're more than likely going to tempt me not to do it. Yeah. I need you to already have that own conviction on your own. So
I hope you're enjoying this brand new episode of the Gentleman's Club. But before we move forward, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below your Cash App. We're giving away money every week, $50 to a brand new subscriber. So make sure you like, comment your Cash App, and subscribe below. What are some things that you do to like try to avoid the temptations?
I'm so glad you asked. Now, actually, I'm mad that you asked.
Baby, I need my word.
Because after we're not worried, you got to get practical, right? So I think it's like timing. How long we're out for, and then what we're doing while we're out. That makes a big difference. It makes a difference if we're drinking and where we're drinking, because I do drink alcohol and wine, but so the extent I make sure that I have accountability partners, my friends. So I'll let them know, hey, such and such, this is going on. I'm going and doing such and such and such, or this is a weeknight for me. I'm telling you right now, like I need you to call me or such a. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. The only way that it's going to work is if you tell the truth to yourself. Don't lie. Say, oh, we could watch a movie late at night, even though I have been surprised at how much willpower I have had. Yeah. So I will say that, like, don't overestimate yourself, but give yourself room to realize, like, just because your body says you want something doesn't mean you have to fulfill it right now. It's delayed gratification. Yeah. So knowing that this is what I want in the future, and I'm tired of having sex and feeling guilty about it. And every morning got to wake up and pray. Oh my God. Like, you get sick and tired of that, and it's like, and then hoping and guessing that this is gonna work out.
Right.
I'm gonna just hold off, and I have that conversation right away, almost immediately.
Yeah. What about you? You do the same thing? Are you the same way?
I take it a day at a time.
Yeah.
A day at a time.
Yeah.
And that's real.
You
That's
know,
real.
so I can't say, oh, I'm not waiting, I'm waiting. It's really, I'm just in a space of where, you know what? Taking a day at a time.
Yeah.
Today, I'm not gonna have sex.
Right.
You know, tomorrow I'm not either. But you know what I'm saying? Like I just gotta, I can't put my mindset like, oh, I'm never gonna do it until marriage. Like that's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's scary for me too.
That's scary for me.
How do the guys usually take that? Like initially, like when do you find the time to tell them too? Like, is it while we eating it? You know, when we just met? Like how do you tell them? That's a valid question. Like how do you,
straight up. Like
straight
I'm from New York, so I'm just say
we're not having sex, so what?
It's not even having sex, so what? But it always comes up in the first date, first couple conversations.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk because first you start flirting anyway. So I'm going da. Anywho's, I can't wait for my wedding night. Wink. Like, I can't wait for that. And then you just have to, what do you mean, blah, 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 and I let them know. But I'm actually abstinent. It's been a year, and that's okay. I let them off the hook, and that's okay if that's not where you're at. But I want to make it clear where I'm at.
Right.
So, and that I've dated, and people are more than okay with that.
Yeah.
I think we don't give men enough
credit
for what they're willing to, because I think a lot of men are also in the same boat. Yes, they have desires, but they're also tired of just like giving their body away.
Yeah.
And I don't think we always, put that with women. Like, this is attributed to women's desires, but there's some men out there that's like, I want to lock it down, and I'm waiting for my wife as well. And that's what I believe like God's gonna bring to me. Yeah.
Could you find a guy like that in church? In there, like a your guy?
Yeah,
like
I
your
can.
Boy. Could you find him in church?
Like my man?
Yeah, like your man. Like, because a lot of men are like, they do those things right spiritually. Like it's like a spiritual thing. Most guys are like spiritual beings. So in the church area, sometimes you don't find that type of guy. It'll be like deceiving. And then you'll find that spiritual guy outside of the church atmosphere. Is that more where y'all find those type of guys? Like more in the church or less in the church?
I think it's 50-50 because it's like, again, you have to be willing to discern, which is test them out, give them the chance, but know that once they show you who you are,
Yeah.
I'm not against meeting anybody anywhere because I'm not always in church. If my husband meets me and we're at a lounge, or if I'm in the supermarket, I have to be willing to give him a chance to figure out what his spiritual practices are.
Right.
I can't stick it inside of a church like, hey, I have to meet you at the church. First of all, that's part of why Commit was birthed. Because we don't have time to mingle at church.
Yeah.
After we hear that word, we out. We want to go to brunch. We want to eat. We got other things to do. So it's like, I expect to meet my husband outside of church, because not outside of Christ.
Right.
Outside of church.
True, there you go. Yes.
That's two different things.
That's who I am. So.
Yeah.
Two different things. What if he doesn't believe in God?
Maybe he got to.
What if he believes in something else though?
Like what?
There is nothing.
Like,
the universe?
Like another religion. Like what if they like Muslim or they like?
Now
those are too strong. First of all, those are too strong beliefs.
Yeah.
So how are we ever gonna? First of all, the Bible says, "How can two work together unless they first agree?" So how are we even gonna build a family when we're not even praying to the same person? Who the Christian marriage is? I'm submitting to you as you submit to God. So that means your ultimate authority is who I'm trusting. I'm trusting you because I trust who you're submitted to.
Absolutely.
So if I choose to marry you and you're submitted to somebody I don't have a relationship with, then how do I know
how to follow?
Yeah. How do I know that
I can't
you know
submit you. I can't trust you.
I can't trust you because we don't have the same authority.
Yeah.
Right.
We answer to two different people. So
yeah. So if they not Christian, nah.
Yeah.
Not at all. What if he got? Wait. I'm just saying, are you even open to it? Like, because I'm saying, like, sometimes Muslims, they be having that swag sometimes, and they might be saying the right stuff. So y'all absolutely closed off to any other religion.
I like bacon.
Are y'all?
I like bacon.
Are y'all open to learning another religion, informing yourself of it?
No, I don't need to.
Not at all.
No. What I can say, I can meet someone who may not be as strong
in their
faith, and we can grow together.
Right.
But if you saying like I don't believe in what I believe in, it's just not gonna work. You're not gonna understand me. Like you're not gonna understand my character, why I think, why I act, how I act. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Well, I don't blame you.
And I'm open to forming a friendship because one, I'm not gonna say it can't happen. There are people who was able to lead their significant others to Christ. So I think I would be more willing, and I'm not saying it's a yes automatic, but I would be more willing to speak to someone or entertain someone who doesn't have a religion. You don't believe in, not that you don't believe in anything. So once you're saying there's no God, there's nothing for us to talk about. But if it's like, I don't know who's the true God, we can have a conversation now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're searching. So that means that you're open.
I can help
Bible.
you.
Right. But if it's like, I've already decided that this is my God, and especially at our big grown ages, I'm not in the business of convincing you. I mean, not in marriage. I'll convince you as a friend.
Yeah.
We got all the, but when it's like we have to build, we have a mission, I have a purpose. Part of my purpose cannot be to try to get you on board with what God told me to do.
Right.
Is when I'm eating, that's part of the requirement.
Right.
Do you know what God told you to do? I know what God told me to do, and our purposes complement each other. So,
all right, I don't blame you because, like I said, I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in the energy behind God. As long as I'm living a positive life and doing the right things in my life, I feel like I'm living of God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be perfect.
Right.
And I hope you're enjoying this brand new episode of the Gentleman's Club. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. And also, every week I'm giving away free money to a brand new subscriber, $50. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below your Cash App, and I'll get you your funds weekly to a brand new subscriber. Click now. How do y'all go about your first date?
Well, if someone's asking me out, then baby, I need you to plan it.
Right.
Right. I mean, you could ask me like, what do I like?
Yeah. What do you like?
So like, what type of food do you like?
So what if he be like, yo, we're going to the park. I'm gonna set the time. We're going to the park. We going
have a picnic. I love that.
Yeah.
I love thoughtful stuff. So I would literally go on a picnic. You don't have to spend $300 on a meal for me. Maybe in the future. Yeah. But not my first date. It don't have to be. Especially if I don't know if I truly am interested. I'm not about to waste all your money like that's just dumb.
And I got allergies, so I'm not really trying to sit in the park. But if you want to go out to breakfast, you want to go get coffee, I'm good with that. That sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So men out there, just let y'all know y'all do not gotta spend the bag.
Don't.
Just set up a moment where you can actually speak to them. I talked about this like on my last podcast. And they was talking about how they had a budget of like $350 if you're going in Atlanta and you're trying to go on a date. And he was like, yeah, I'll do $350. And then the other dude was like, hell no, And I'm sitting in the middle like, oh no, I might have to be ready for $350 just in case. But to hear like all girls ain't choosing, you know what I'm saying? A lot of girls choosing and they dictating whether they want to go to the next level with you based on your finances. You know what I'm saying? How important is finances to y'all?
I mean, it's still important, though. We ain't about to just,
it's not
you got a dream.
Yeah, it's not off the table.
But I think there's a lot of people fronting. So you can take me to the most high class restaurant, and then I get to know you and find out you owe this much in debt.
Yes.
Your credit card's jacked up. Your credit is jacked up.
What he had to do to get
but thank you for spending $500 on the first date. That meant nothing.
Right.
Also, it's about mindset and what's your character like? Are you ambitious? Do you have a dream? What's your vision? Okay, I can build with you. I don't mind if you don't have anything but the vision and the plan.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll rock with you.
Yeah.
But if it's like you don't got no vision, no plan, and no money,
woo!
There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Guys, they go.
That's it. And I think that's what God's underestimating. It's like it's not really the money shows that you're able to work towards something.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the money to show that you're working towards something, what else do you have?
Yeah.
A date is saying, hey, I may possibly be able to take care of you for the rest of my life. With what?
Right.
If not the money.
But what if they coming up? They working hard. Is there like a job qualification that's just like non-negotiable?
No, I don't think it's a job qualification.
Bartender.
If you're coming up, again, coming up, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You could be doing one thing, but that's not where you're going to end up. This is what I'm doing to pay the bills, but I'm also funding vision in this way.
Right.
I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have no goals beyond that, it's like, yeah, I just gotta hustle.
Right.
You have
That's,
5 jobs.
that's another thing too. How long? What's the time clock on that though? You know, because everything's gonna come. You know, the more you dealing with a guy, you start to realize like, damn, we ain't even went out to eat nowhere yet. He ain't got no money. You know I believe in his dream, but we in the building phase and we ain't went nowhere. Like, so is there a time clock on it? You know, for me, you know, I'm married. You know, so shit, we go broke anytime. But in the beginning, we was broke together. So now, but when you older and you in your 30s,
it's different.
Money does matter because who wants to sit at the house all day? You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to go out. Everybody want to brunch. Everybody you want to go hiking. You want to put gas in the car, go on a trip. Like, is there a time clock on finances? Because I feel like at 30, man, you got to come with something. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm about to pull up and, you know, I got a dream and a wish. I'm 35. I got these bars. I'm trying to get these 16.
No rappers,
no singers.
Come on, man. I'm a conscious rapper. I'm rapping about God.
What that mean? Do that on the side. That's a hobby. That's not a career.
Yeah, what's
so I need to know, again, this is why we had that conversation. What is the dream?
How
long have you been working toward it?
Yes.
What are you building? What's the vision? Where are you going with this?
Yeah.
Right? So you can't come to me talking about, oh, I'm a rapper. We 35. Baby,
you still trying to rap?
At this point, let's be real. If you go, unless God told you like this is what He got in store for you, if you're 35 still trying to rap, you ain't about to make it. And I'm gonna be the one to let you know. Pick a different one.
I don't blame you. That's what I'm saying. Like it's something because a lot of us dream though. A lot of men dream. That's what we do. Like we're visionary people. So like being able to persuade a female, you know, this is what I got going on, this, that, and the third, you know, that's easy because you're telling the truth, but you don't see reality. Like you ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? So I be need to get that shit together.
You ain't got no money.
For real, you ain't got no money. Like, what about y'all family? Like, do they gotta like you? Do they gotta like your partner? How do y'all feel about that?
Yes, I mean, I would want to. Like, I want my friends. I want my mama. Like, my whole family to like them. Like,
but what if he lines everything up? He believe in God. He financially stable. He got his own stuff. When he get to the cookout, your dad like, this nigga whack, or your mom like, nah, not him.
What you don't like about him? See, I'm gonna need to know what you don't like before I'm like, I'm gonna stick beside him. Like, what is it? Is it character? Do you see? Am I a blind spot? You see a flag?
They not being direct, but they telling you like, nah.
Well, my mom, she's
more direct.
She's direct, and she's like, I want you to have a good man, and so she sees that, and so if she see how this person is acting, she gonna say, Q, I don't think he really good for you, or you know what, I actually like that. He's nice. He loves the Lord. That's exactly what she's gonna say.
Yeah. So
and
they are the guy. So they are the guy that like though. Yeah. You know, so your parents' perspective on your new man is important. Is
for sure.
So much so that you won't even go forward with him. Unless your mom.
I mean, no, I ain't gonna say that. Ideally, yes, we want them to like them. So it's like, what's the reason you don't like? That's gonna be weird. So it gotta be something that I already
gotta make sense.
And I ain't said nothing, and they seen it too.
I don't like his shoes.
Okay, that's just dumb.
Come on, now
that's just dumb.
How y'all handle his mom? Huh? His mom, like, do y'all try to like get a relationship with his mother?
Oh, for sure.
How important is it? What if they don't like you? Why y'all freeze?
I mean, leave the key.
Because once I get married, baby, you in the back seat. Ooh.
Moms go to the back seat?
Moms go to the back
seat. Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
We didn't say out the car. We said back seat. It's about in different seasons.
You in the car? Do your mama be in the back seat or your wife?
in the back seat.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about that though? Like, what if she don't like y'all? Like, you know, it's non-negotiable. She don't really rock with you. Like, I don't know why she not saying it, but it's awkward between y'all. Will it tarnish anything between you and your new boyfriend and your boo?
I mean, I really think it depends on the person. People like me, so I've never even experienced that, and I don't think I ever will. So
right. Yeah. And also, I guess it depends on the man he is. Yeah. Like, are you a mama's boy? Are you everything needs to go through her and whatever? Like, it has to be some type of like, hey, it's us and them.
Yeah.
Not you, your mom, then me and you. Like, we got to know, like, ultimately this is between us two, and we can respect parents' wishes. But if God gave us the okay and we okay, then everybody else got to get with the program.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And that's important. It's knowing roles. You know what I'm saying? And when you get married, you realize, like, and I ain't gonna hold you, I went through my little trial where, I was a mama's boy. And then I got married, I learned that, damn, I can't be a mama's boy no more. Like, I can't call my mom and be like, Mom, I need this. That shit awkward. She ain't trying to do it. It's like she trying to turn her back on me for real. Because a woman. That's how y'all do.
How long did it take you to realize that, hey, I needed to?
Honestly, when I started having kids, like that's what really like bring it into perspective. You know what I'm saying? I had my first son. Mm-hmm. So of course, when you're a fresh dad, you can't wait to like put him in the back seat and do what you want to do. Lead the mama. You know what I'm saying?
Lead the mama.
Lead the mama. Like, stay at the house. Let's go, big dog. We good. Then I realized, like, damn, I gotta kind of not really ask permission, but have a conversation first.
Yep.
My parents, my mom, she used to have us out immediately, but coming up with my wife, she moved a little bit different. She was a little bit more timid. So when it came to like my son, I wasn't able to just take him and go.
Okay, so you taking my son?
Yeah, like, it took a while, I had to get my wife comfortable. I had to make sure she knew, like, yeah, my mom is okay. She's going to feed the baby. You know what I'm saying? She's going to change the pampers. She knows how to do these things, So over time, that's when you start to realize, like, damn, yeah, my wife is more probably, I hate to say this, but more important than the mother. You know what I'm saying? Because and then moms, they overstep. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it comes to women. Women are very territorial. So, like, when she tell my man what to do, it's kind of, like, weird. Like, y'all start to be like, hold up, now. And then y'all like regurgitate some shit just to. Right. It's just funny how that aspect works.
Well, yeah, because now you're telling him what to do, but his actions now affect me.
Right.
So you have absolutely no authority now in this.
And it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird because, like, I think, like, I'm 20-some years old. I've been depending on my mom for years. And then now it's like, okay, I got it on my own now, like financially, you stop asking for money for a certain time. So now you got it on your own financially. And then now it's like, now I got to answer to her, so it's an adjustment. It's a whole adjustment. My mom and my wife, they didn't start smoothly in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But over time, they started building a relationship. Now, my mom called her, because she don't answer the phone. So she called her. So that's a whole situation too. So now I can step back and chill, but they can have a whole conversation. They can have their own relationship. So it works.
And that's beautiful. You love that, right?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Take my ear off the phone.
Right. I ain't trying I think what I would say is, like, I wonder if, like, your role had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Because you setting that standard, because the battling is happening is because the standard hasn't been set.
Absolutely.
As the man, as the middle person, this is my wife.
Yeah.
This is whatever case is. Y'all get along.
Yeah.
But my just so as long as the battle's going on is because I can't control it.
Absolutely.
I'm the one who had the final say.
That's really what it is.
So now we're fighting. So I believe the men have to set that standard with their moms and their wife.
Absolutely.
Especially because sad to say that a lot of Black kids come from single parent homes.
Absolutely.
So now it's like, and I don't know if you're a mom, if you came from a single parent.
Definitely single parent.
It's like you were the man of the home. If you're the oldest.
Yeah.
And if you were the baby, so it's like, that's my little man. Like, no, I'm not your little man. Respectfully, that's what it is.
Respectfully.
I have brothers and I have sisters. Yeah. My parents are still married, but that's what I saw, and I was like, okay, so what it actually is a standard that has to be established.
Oh, absolutely.
By the husband.
Absolutely, and I had to set that standard, and it didn't have to come from like an angry conversation. Black folks, we gonna fuss. You know what I mean? We don't agree, we turning up. So I think it came more from like action. You know what I'm saying? You start to be like, damn, I ain't been home in 3, 4, 5 months. I ain't, so you start to realize, like, okay, yeah, this is my wife. Yeah,
they don't say it like that.
It's kind of like in a no, it's kind of like, because you're a man, you used to a certain like way, and you start to learn respect. You start to learn respect, and you having respect isn't you being soft or weak.
Right.
So that accepting it is kind of like, yeah, she my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta kind of answer to her. So that tone is set when it comes to my mom asked me to do something, then I gotta take a step back. Like, hold on, let me call you back. Hey, babe, what you trying to do here? This, that, and the third, And that's me checking in for real.
Right.
And it's not me being soft. That's just me being respectful. Because
that's you being a husband.
Being a husband, and being a husband, you comes with respect. You know what I'm saying? So that check-in isn't weak. You know what I'm saying? It's actually very strong.
Yeah.
Because it takes a strong man to check in with a woman. I'm just being honest.
I'm
just being honest.
If you gotta feel like we're co-partners. I don't like using the word partners, but in a context where people understand it, if you have a business, do you make decisions on your own? Everything has to be run by somebody.
Yeah.
It's checks and balances. So it's like, okay, I am now this new family unit that we're building. As we're building it, I have to check in with you about it.
Absolutely.
It's not. I'm not really answering to you. I'll make sure we're on the same page. We're agreeing. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're gonna move forward on this. So there's no problem. We work together. Like there's no decision that's made. I'm just gonna make it like that, and that's what you're gonna know. It's like, hey, this person wants to do this. This person wants to do that. Hey, do you want to interview with this person? Yeah, let's do that. Let's set that up.
Hey, should we post this? Should we not post this?
Like, what song do you want to use? But all of that matters, and it's like we're not answering to each other. We're considering one another as we're both the face of our brand. Y'all the face of that family.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about roles in a relationship?
What kind of roles?
Like roles, like,
Go ahead.
Just say it.
I'm just saying, cooking like, cooking roles, cooking, cleaning. Cooking, cleaning, take care of the kids. Cooking every day, the traditional wife. And I say it like this out of fear.
Well, no, because out of fear. But what is traditional if we're both working? Yeah. Like, let's be real. Yeah. If I'm coming home at 6 and you're coming home at 6, how you gonna tell me it's my job to cook? Yeah. Ain't we both hungry? Yeah. And what was you doing before you met me? Yeah. Did you not know how to cook? So it's like certain skills. Cooking is not a role; it's a skill, and whoever's best at it should be taking that role.
Yeah. So what if they're financially like paying all the bills, and all you gotta do is stay home? Then do you do all the cooking?
You said you want what for dinner?
Yeah. Right. Oh, I'm already at the store. What would you like today? Yeah. Like, and again,
it just depends on the relationship dynamic. Yeah. Okay.
Like, if that's what we decided, that I'm not gonna go out and work, then somebody has to upkeep the house.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what it just makes sense. It's still a job. Yeah. You're gonna pay the bills. I have no problem with that. But what I do have a problem is when you expect me to go half and half. Yeah. But then you want us to be traditional.
That's tough.
What I want. Yeah. Take that traditional right on out if you want to go half and half, because that's not traditional, baby.
Well, how do you be submissive in that type of environment? Like, okay, we 50-50, but at the end of the day, the father is the father, the wife is the wife. There is a dynamic there, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you be submissive still? Are you still able to be submissive, even though it's not 50-50?
Yeah, because the money isn't why I'm submitting to you, right? And you're, again, like you said, the father and the wife, but it's actually the husband and the wife. Yeah. So we're equals. Absolutely. And we've established what role we're going to play. We can't have two heads. Yeah. Like, we're going 2 different ways. So I'm following your lead. So I'm not submitting to you because you make more money than me, because you might not make more money than me. Right. And if you don't, am I still going to submit? Yeah, because it's not, the money is not what established the standard. Absolutely. Right. So
that's strong. I like how you put that. You're not submissive because of the money, right? Because a lot of women are submissive because of the money. Right. You know what I'm saying? It takes a person to make a certain salary or take care of a percentage of the bills in order for you to be like, okay, I could clean, I'll do everything you ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like weird.
Everything you ask, I'm just saying, like, everything you telling me to do. Yeah. Like, you're not my boss.
Right, absolutely.
So it's like, hey, could you cook? I feel like it's all about how we're like having these conversations. Yeah. Can you, the same way you want somebody to speak to you? Yeah. Speak to me as your wife. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, or because I'm just, being hard-headed or trying to be confrontational. Yeah. Well, how did you ask? There's no food on the table?
Cook, woman. Who's right? Cook in that kitchen. Right.
like you need to insert this little clip, that clip where it was like Cliff Huxtable got coffee
Yeah.
for what am I about to call
For
him?
Bill Cosby.
Huxtable, yeah. And then the son-in-law was like, oh, that's right. Like your woman is getting your coffee. She's like, no, I'm getting him a cup of coffee. Like he got me a cup of coffee this morning. It's not about roles, right? It's being courteous. This is how I want to serve you. This marriage is about serving you, right? So you serve me like I serve you. And sometimes I need to cook because you had a long day, or sometimes you have to cook,
right?
And if we discuss that that's just what I do and I enjoy doing it, why would I not want to serve and cook for the man I love?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But like I said, a lot of things are like contingent on something. You know what I'm saying?
Some women aren't like that. True.
Yeah. So, are you submissive in relationships? You might be quiet.
I'm not married, so the Bible says I submit to your husband.
Yeah.
Okay. So until I become married, then yes, I will submit to my husband. But right now, I can let my significant other lead. Right. Yeah. I can do that, but I'm not about to be like. You're not about to get all this wifely stuff until you put a ring on that finger.
Absolutely. What's wifely stuff?
Cooking. I'm kidding.
No, those are wifely stuff though. Like it's like a lot of guys and girls, and I make it general here. Do a lot of stuff that they really not supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes a man, I don't know for a man because it's nothing for us to be like, I'm gonna wash your car today. You can be girlfriend, it don't matter. But for a woman, like once y'all start cooking for that dude and y'all start laying out that red carpet and everything and doing too much, you know what I'm saying?
Not doing too much.
He's doing
too much. Like, these dudes clingy, man. They get real comfortable on what you're doing for them. You know what I'm saying? So how do you draw the line? Like, what's wifely duties?
My job as a wife is to help you. That is why Eve was given to Adam to be a helper. So I'm helping you in whatever aspect that looks like, whether it's financials, whether it's taking care of the house. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So I look at it in that space.
Yeah. But I think like what you're asking is because of like the idea that we're cohabiting. That's why you don't need to be living with me. Like, unless we plan on marriage, like we're getting married, we're in that space and we're getting married. If you're not my roommate. And therefore, there's nothing I'm doing for you as my roommate, because we're upkeeping this together. Right. But if we're as roommates, but now if you're my significant other and we're building this house together, then that looks different. Yeah. Now I am actually cooking for you. Yeah, I'm not, unless it's like a date, and then it's like, okay, I'm cooking for you in that way. Yeah. It's
hard to dictate that too when you're staying with somebody. So do y'all not? Is that like a rule? Like, okay, I'm not gonna stay until you propose. Is that like a transition, y'all?
I ain't got that for you. So, in the relationship,
So how do you handle that? Because, like I said, you still want to date. You don't want to give yourself too much limitations, but being able to set yourself up where you're not disappointing yourself in your own goals. You know what I'm saying? You still want to stay in line with your goals and your morals that you've set for yourself. So moving in with someone will make that thing hard to stay aligned with what you're doing. So how do y'all handle moving in with a partner? Have y'all thought about that?
Stop. Have you thought about that?
Wow. Put my business out there. So it needs to be, I think there's a certain stage. Okay. And that stage in the kingdom is not just dating, but there's like courting. And so we're in the courting phase, and the courting is we're moving towards marriage, as we've already discussed that, and we know that that's what we're moving towards. Not I want to know if you want to marry, but we've already established, because again, the standard is a little bit different when you're dating as a Christian. Absolutely. And so it's like, okay, we've decided that God has confirmed that you're my husband, I'm your wife. We're setting up our life now. And that shouldn't be too long. So I should not be courting you for 2 years. Yeah. Courtship happens about, I would say, a month to 6 months. And in that time, we have already exchanged rings and we're getting married. So if I don't see engagement, okay. I would say I'm okay with like cohabiting. But if we're not, you're my roommate and there's nothing else being done for you. Yeah, absolutely. I think women in general, and especially young girls, who are in their early 20s and their 23s, that early age, they need to hear that.
Because when you 22 and you 23, you be like, I'm gonna cook for my man. Now, mind you, I'm getting this from my wife, so I'm just, I'm gonna cook for my man. I'm gonna do all this stuff for my man. You just be so in love with your man, but at the same time, you doing stuff that they're not worthy of yet. Like they haven't crossed that line yet. So like being able to manage, being Christian, working, podcasting, and then now you saying dating and trying to keep that in line. Like that's a lot.
It is.
And then,
we know.
I can't keep the niggas up.
Are y'all single?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both single.
Single? Okay.
Single.
Yeah.
What's single?
Single
You
women
still
always
got
talk to
somebody?
somebody.
We're
We're dating. We're dating.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, so not like
right now, there's probably someone both texting us like, y'all done yet?
Y'all done, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what are y'all looking for in a man? Like, what are y'all looking for? Because y'all not bad looking women, right? So y'all good looking women. My bad.
I don't give it
I did down. My bad. I'm trying to y'all good looking women. Right?
Yeah.
So y'all not about to date anybody short. Yes, y'all will. Damn.
No.
Our types are way different.
Like, so what's y'all type?
We have two different types.
What's your preference?
Okay, so if I'm just talking, I like a dark skinned man.
Okay.
Bearded.
Heavily bearded or like light shade. They can grow a beard, but it ain't like.
It needs to connect.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, dark skin, beard, dress well, nice smile, smell good, loves the Lord.
Smell good.
Taller
than you.
No, she wants tall.
But you know what?
And her little 5'2" behind. Talk about tall.
That's what I do like, but I know there are times where I can be attracted to someone who's shorter.
Yeah.
Taller than me still,
right.
But
so taller than you is a non-negotiable. You gotta be taller than me.
I'm 5'2".
Yeah.
You're not.
Dang,
you got to go, midget.
Yo, y'all eye to eye.
Listen, I used to be in love with this man. We was and that man, he could have had anything from me, like long term. Like, yeah, I don't have a height requirement. I really don't. He was short.
So you saying you like tall?
I do. That's my preference. But
okay,
if God has this short, light skin man for me,
light skin, real.
Short, light skinned man, no beard, Kappa.
Oh, I don't even like what just came in my mom when you said short, light skin, no beard. Yikes. Whoa.
Because actually, now that I've gotten older and I'm really talking to God about my husband, like I'm looking at the looks, but right now I'm focused on your character. Like, what does that look like? Because I can be heavily attracted to that. I've met some fine men, but your character is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I cannot date you. Like, cannot date you.
Yeah.
So I can't just put it on like you gotta look like this.
Right.
So it's open.
But
your character.
And I shared with her that you'd be surprised what God makes you attracted to if you allow him to. And it's like, he's not gonna violate you.
Right.
He knows me, right?
He know what you like. So it ain't gonna be too far off, but it may not be
the height.
6'2", 6'4", whatever, because I don't really give up. But like, since we're dusty, it may not be that. But maybe they'll be 5'8" and still stable with a vision, got a nice personality. You're like,
a beard.
I didn't even realize. But what if they don't have a beard? I'm just saying.
But we got to grow.
You need some because the little goatee and the beard, that's also.
Oh yeah, I like it's like facial hair. Okay,
Yeah.
Just bald,
smooth baby bottom.
But give me something.
So beard. So what about swag? They got to be able to dress, or that's
well dressed. Can you wear a suit?
You can put a suit on them.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Are you willing to help? Let me be a helpmate. Like, let me help you.
Are they open to change? Yeah.
Are you open to change?
If you stuck in your ways and you think you the catch whiskers, and I'm sitting here looking at you like, baby, you ain't even a fart. What she said? I'm sorry.
Yo,
Like, as long as you,
nah, for real.
I'm just saying, as long as you're willing to be like, you know what, let's go shopping together
Yeah.
and let me pick your wardrobe, or at least let me introduce you to new things, we cool. But if you think you got it together and you're not willing to, I don't even have time for that. Because I got to be with you. We're representing each other. You don't want me going out no type of way, looking crazy with my wig off and my cornrows. Talk about it. That's my husband.
That's how you pull a white man.
That's a white man.
That's funny, yo. That's funny. Yo, you perfect for YouTube too. Yo, you perfect. I'm gonna be clipping you. I'm just saying, listen to you like, you are chopped up.
Listen,
what? Every single thing you say, I'm like, choo-choo. Views.
Nah.
he is crazy.